Hey there YouTube, welcome to the channel. Today we got the Carbon Cub 1.3 meter year and a half review in. And believe me, this plane is well seasoned. It's an awesome plane, guys. I would go buy it again. Broken off the wing, fuselage, tail assembly, bottom battery hatch is just kind of demolished. Nose cone's awfully busted. And after all these repairs, this thing still flies about like it did when it was new. It's great design, it's easy to fly, and again, I would buy this plane in a heartbeat. The best part about this plane is the repairability. Every time I crashed, I was able to either glue it, tape it, mend it back together. At one point I had to solder servo wires back together, and I was always able to put on a new prop and go fly the next day. Right there, something that just makes the hobby so much better. Talking to people, I do see some misconceptions with the RC hobby with airplanes. A lot of people think it's expensive, wreck, total of $500 plane. Not in that case anymore, not with these foam planes. This one's been wrecked multiple times, and I was always able to glue it back together, and it always flew pretty well. As far as beginners go, yes, this plane is awesome. A great friend of mine, never touched an RC plane before. I set up my buddy box with the NX8, gave him a 5-minute tutorial, and I am not kidding, he flew the whole pack through it about 10 minutes. And there was a couple spots that we were worried, but he was on safe mode. He was able to fly this thing, brought a lot of enjoyment. That's what it's all about. Another wreck and repair I gotta tell you guys about, which I thought was awesome. Flew behind a tree, wrecked the tail assembly off. So the tail assembly was literally dangling with servos. That was all that was holding it together, was the servos. And so we literally stuck it back, took hinge tape, wrapped it around the fuselage right here, and flew it immediately right after. So much fun, hours of fun. I continue to have hours of fun. This plane is very reliable. Alrighty guys, in conclusion, yes, you should buy this for your first airplane. However, I have a few recommendations if you do. First off, if you know someone or someone at the flying field that's a veteran to mate in it, I would recommend it. This one in specific needed some mechanical trim on the elevator because I couldn't get the plane down hardly. It would be full down, no throttle, and the plane would just barely glide down to the point of stalling. Other thing, folks, when you purchase this plane, I recommend getting a few props. They're inexpensive, and they do seem to get chopped up a bit. Foam glue and some hinge tape. With those few items, it would definitely set you guys up for a lot of good hours of flying. This Cub is tried and true. I've actually even decided to strap my Akaso Brave 4 on top of this thing and try to get some awesome sunset footage. So that coming up next, and let's get to flying. All right, guys, and we're off again. So this footage that I've taken here was filmed another day. The footage we got with the Akaso Brave 4, some of it was really comical, some of it wasn't. Anyway, I decided to make its own video. I thought it was well worthy of it. The flying that I did in this video was quite interesting. It was 10-mile-an-hour wind. And this brought up some other challenges that I thought were worthy of bringing up in this beginner set video. First off, I don't recommend it for a beginner whatsoever. But it can be done. The Cub is capable, and it's just a lot faster going downwind and a little slower going upwind. And turns do take a little bit longer to get the plane around. The biggest thing too that I want to touch on is for beginners, this plane, to really enjoy it, you need some space. In some areas, that is hard to find other than your local flying field. Mine myself is about 25 minutes away, so I've kind of seeked out other areas where I had a good landing spot as well as a nice open area to fly. So, note beginners, it's best flown with some space. You'll definitely have a better flying experience. Today I did fly the Cub with a NX8, which now that I've gotten comfortable with and understanding how to use it, I love it. It did have some problems right out of the box though, but I have to give Horizon Hobby hats off. Amazing customer service. These guys are awesome. They spent over an hour with me on the phone, going through all the processes, everything I needed to get this Carbon Cub hooked up and bound to this NX8. So, hats off to you guys, Horizon. I do understand there are lots of good trainer airplanes out there these days. This just happened to be my trainer. So, this is my take. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe.